Well, good morning, everybody. It's Barb here again. Uh, Today, I am really glad to be adding another letter from the alphabet to my personal positive vocabulary list. Before we go on, please get out your PPV list to add some great words. And if you would, include those words that you'll be adding to your list in the comments below that you feel will most benefit you. For today's discussion, let's look at words beginning with the letter G. At my last check-in, I gave you a little teaser and suggested we needed to focus on our goals. That helped me concentrate on things that sometimes get in the way of achieving these goals that I would like to see come to fruition. First of all, uh, one thing I ask myself is how realistic are the goals that I'm setting for myself? Do I sabotage myself? Do I keep reusing the same vocabulary in my self-talk? Uh, Actually, trying to find the answer to these three questions was a really good mental exercise for me. I discovered that adding a positive G word to my arsenal of self-support is actually gigantically helpful. On reflection, some G words need to be removed from my vocabulary because I find sometimes I keep repeating them incessantly in my mind. Words like gross, gargantuan, gainer, giant, big gut have no place in defining ourselves. We need to be as kind to ourselves as we would be to others. And I would never, ever use those words with another person. Uh, Through the years, like you, I'm sure, I've experienced a lot of challenges and I've also experienced a lot of successes. What seems through time to sometimes be the hardest thing to achieve is consistency. When I stumble over an obstacle as I was getting up, did I discover something new to learn? Sometimes when I was getting up, did I need to grab hold of an extended helping hand? Sometimes how I defined actual success was the issue. Did I put down, diminish, or negate the success? Or did I fully appreciate it for the progress it marked for me? I discovered that there were new meanings, and I even gained some insight as I looked at the words that I was using that began with the letter G. Uh, Not defining success as a number on a scale was one huge adjustment in my thinking. Maybe, like me, your scales showing that you have had a gain, even though you have worked so hard and you felt like you should have lost some weight, but the scale did not register your efforts. What grief is that? How aggravating. How do we rise above such a situation when it occurs? Do we let the scale tell us our worth? Or do we rise above it and say that we are more than numbers? Over this last weekend, I had the opportunity to celebrate my cousin's birthday with him and our families. This is my cousin George, who is my older cousin. We got to talking about the family gene pool. Not the blue jeans we wear a lot, but our genes of generational family heritage. Most of my cousins struggle to some degree with weight issues. I know that genes play a role. However, there are many other contributing factors. I actually have a gallon jug of excuses collected through the years that deny my responsibility to live my best life. Sometimes I think that if those excuses were turned to gold, I would be a very wealthy woman. Re-examining my journey much more realistically, I believe that I want to get rid of that old excuse jug. I accept the reality of the role my genes play and work with my DNA. We're all tall, large people. We're big boned. And we truly are. You know, I have friends that are quite petite. We're never going to look the same. Our heritage dictates certain things about us. Uh, if you're petite, you may at some point in time achieve numbers I can't even imagine in my personal reality. My heritage would never sustain it. I would probably become very ill if I tried. That's my heritage. And that fact helps inform my journey. And it actually empowers me to take helpful, positive steps to live my happiest, healthiest life. Each of us are unique, and we need to celebrate that difference. Knowledge really is strength. It can dispel guilt. It can overcome the frustrating, egregious results that we sometimes feel when we are really trying our best and struggling to achieve what we feel are appropriate results for our efforts. I remember one time when I was really struggling with self image centered on weight issues, and was this was after having a period of really great success. And I think some of you know that in your life struggles, you have had really good moments, you have had really challenging moments. I had a period in which things were not going well following the period of great success. I actually knew this better than anybody else. You didn't need to tell me I was struggling. I knew I was struggling. Just before going on stage at an event, I overheard a cruel remark made behind my back, which said basically, I was not making any effort and I had no willpower. Wow, that was like a knife almost in my heart. If they only knew how hard I was trying. In that instant, though, I decided that whoever was speaking did not get to define who I was. I got a grip on my emotions, put a grin on my face, and stepped out to greet the audience and shared with them that very experience. I colored the harsh remark gone. I colored the people that said the remark gone and acted as my authentic self to graciously, I hope, claim my place and move forward. Hurtful words are never appropriate. Words should always be as apples of gold on branches of silver. We must quit being so gullible and not give in to the hype of the marketing gurus, uh, the news, the social media uh, about what is standard, what is physically acceptable when it comes to appearance. Have you ever noticed Still, in this day, most of the pictures of overweight people who appear in the news have no heads. They just focus on the midriff, the torso of the person. How unfair is that? Each of us is a genuine, unique individual, and we're meant to be just that way. Guard against those who would tear you down. It is important to surround ourselves with generous, gentle, giving encouragers who will help guide us in living our best lives. We need people with gumption and gusto surrounding us and helping us grow to full potential. Keeping a balanced perspective for me of who we are is so critical. Like the children's toy, the gyroscope, we function best when we stay in balance. Going out of balance results in a fall, and the spinning stops. The gyroscope of my personal life needs tuned up so I stay in balance and continue gleefully spinning through life. Treasure beyond measure the good in the people that comprise our inner circle. We need to also trust in our inner gyroscope to gently steady us and keep us on course. Recognize, acknowledge, and celebrate all who you are. And you are so much more than a number. I am glad for each gift of goodwill and grateful for every hand grasped in celebration and support for living my best life. I want to thank you, gang, for listening as I think out loud and share my thoughts with you. Your gift of support helps me to govern my behaviors and make necessary changes. I have gotten a clear understanding of who I am with your help. I'm achieving new goals. I treat myself more gently and with more respect. You have my fullest gratitude for the support, caring, understanding, and accountability you provide. So today, I choose Gyroscope for my personal positive vocabulary list. Keep empowering yourselves each day. And please take a moment to record the word or words the letter G represents for you in your PPV list. And please share with us what those words are in the comments below. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.